What's one thing that the AFL should incorporate with S&C more?
Oh, that's I think what they've done over the past 5 years has been really positive.
Yep.
Previous to that, I think that when they realised that coaching was specific enough and they had that sorted, I think their next step was high performance.
Yep.
And I think we find ourselves now into the point where I think in the last 6 to 12 to 18 months, it's been really non-high performance, but really well-being and athlete central focus. So if 5 years down the track, if everything gets back to going how it should be, go back to plan, I think from the top it should filter down that we're having some really honest conversations regarding player well-being and overall physical mental health in and outside of the club. So I think that's the new journey, but what they put into answering the question, what they put into high performance, and I think they have cared for it enough. I still think there's, especially with the AFLW program, there seems to be some big holes there with injury prevention. The stats tell the story, and the girls and the athletes only being exposed to X amount of training hours and through the AFLPA and the clubs. I think if I was, just say for example, a local Lions or Suns S&C, I would probably find it hard initially to trying to motivate the players to become overall athletes instead of just footballers.
Yeah.
I think that would be the task at hand, to trying to work with what you'd got, with the time you had with them. I know that there's some time, but to fit in coaching, to fit in athletic development, I think is the next task. That's for that space. But AFL men's program, I think it's at a really good place now. I think AFLW, I'm not the first person to say that. So there's a lot of feedback, and it comes down to funding, and it comes down to the time. But I know a lot of sports, especially a lot of female athletes, who train and work full time, and train 2-3 times a day while working full time, and do find the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a mindset with the AFLW. For some players, I think there's some players that do a fantastic job. Katie Brennan and the work that she does, and there's some specific players out there that are really working full time. But yeah, I think there's a lot of growth in that space.